Your mic, no problem. We'll ask questions now. We reserved all our questions so that everybody will make his presentation. Before I hand over to my colleague, Honorable Attorney General, I have a question for you. My question one, there is in your second submission, this addendum, Annex 4. If you go to Annex 4, there is letter that emanated from your office of 5th October 2017. Annex 4, are you there? I saw where you minuted KIB and you signed. Is that your signature? If you read the body of the letter, it says, let me read for emphasis, please. We will recall my earlier letters to you on the subject matter reference, blah, 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 blah. Received dated 19th January 2017 and 21st February 2017 and 27th April 2017, in which I directed your good office to give effect to the judgment delivered by His Lordship, blah, blah, blah. You read this letter? So if you read this letter, by this letter, the person who wrote you this letter is telling you that you have written a letter which you authorized on February 21st, which is the letter you told us here during the last sitting, which you affirmed now that they might not have genuinely emanated from your office. Then another one of 27th April. These are the two letters. I find it curious that you will minute here, keep in view. It should have come to your attention immediately that I did not sign these letters. I did not authorize this letter. And immediately, in my little understanding, query the officer, but you didn't do that. What you wrote here is keep in view and you sign. That is question.
Mr. Chairman, let me be taking the question once after the other, please, so that we do not skip any.
It's okay.
Yes. The letter, one clarification I want to make about the letter 5th October 2017 is the fact that the letter was not ever dispatched. And my curiosity that led me to KIVing the letter arose from the reference to two previous letters and the fact that I know as a fact that I instructed before now in April that there should be further development of argument as to the implication of the letter from the solicitor of minor. That is one. And then two, I know as a fact that I requested for court processes that were referred to in one of the memos relating to the incitement of minor, which were all, to my memory, not addressed by the line officer. So it became imperative for me when a final clean copy of a letter was brought for my endorsement to now review the file with a view to arrive at a decision whether indeed this antecedents been captured in the letter was in fact the true position or there were reservations. And that was what happened as at 5th October 2017. It was because of the reservations I had over the conclusions, over the content of the letter that I KIV it, rather than signing it for dispatch. That was the explanation about it, Mr. Chairman.
So, Mr. Attorney General, yes. But here, he is making reference to the fact that you have signed and authorized those two letters.
Yes.
And here in your minute, I want us to be very clear. In your minute here, you did not dispute what he wrote. You only said, what I'm saying, assuming I'm the person, you brought something to me after a long time, something that I have not signed. The moment I saw it, what I will do is to draw your attention to when did I sign these letters. I knew I signed one because you said it's two of the letters that might not have been genuinely signed by you. But one, you consented to the fact that it was signed by you. So those two, since he listed, if it came to you and with the reference numbers, I think the best thing to do was to have called for that file and look at those letters before, because I want us to be very clear, Mr. Attorney General. That is why I'm asking. Let me go to my colleagues so that we ask our question, then you answer all the questions together. But okay, but I enough of that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, Attorney General of the Federation, let me ask a very simple, perhaps pedestrian question. What is the difference between the office of Attorney General of the Federation and the Attorney General of the Federation? So you just take note of that. And then also advert your mind to the facts that all the other correspondences you're talking about that you minuted on, that you asked for further advice or clarification, came after they said later. They are dated after they said later. So, as far as we are concerned, if you go through the sequence, even your additional attachment, the letter in contention, which came from your office, which you are saying you are not aware of, but of course you have not said that it is not from the office of the Attorney General of the Federation. You have not said so. You're only saying that I, as a person, did not endorse that letter. Now, that letter came before the other correspondences and memos which you have told us about. Let me also ask, the third question is, you are trying to make us believe that you have an internal procedure which this letter did not follow. That internal procedure, is it backed by law, or it's your own discretion to come up with your administrative procedure? If it is not backed up by law, what makes you think that it is cast on stone? That you cannot decide to sign a letter without that letter passing through that procedure? And if you also look at the letter from civil service, which clearly told you that they acted on your own mandate, acknowledgement of receipt from your office is also on the face of it. What step did you take to refute it? Which is the same question that everybody has been asking. It was on social media, it was everywhere. Besides appearing before the Senate and the House of Reps Committee, what step have you taken to refute the content of that letter that the instruction came from your office?
Right now. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mine a series of questions. The first of the question, I want the head of the Civil Service of the Federation to take note. Madam, during your presentation, you did elucidate or try to explain to us the full meaning and implication of UFS under the flying seal. Can we deduce that from your explanation, any letter that is under a flying seal of an officer, which did not go beyond that officer, renders it null and void? No. The other question to the Controller General of the Federation. You did mention in your opening remarks Abdul Rashid Maina is in possession of 2 passports. Am I right to say a Nigerian passport and a United States passport? Yes or no? But does that one imply a dual citizenship of Maina? From your knowledge of, line of duty and the training as an immigration officer? If yes, since 2013, you reported to us that you don't have any known record of Maina traveling or coming in the shore of Nigeria. Even, can that also be held through even with his US passport? We might demand some explanation. The next other question is to my Honorable Attorney General of the Federation. My order, the first question I should have asked has been asked by my two other colleagues, the chairman and the Honorable Chinda. But mine, in your own submission, that is, I now carry that letter. We demand explanation, but my own could have differed. When the first letter was written, the contentious letter you did not sign, and then they now wrote you another letter for further directive, which you KIV it. We want to know in specific terms what were your reasons for not signing those letters, and again, what were your reasons for not querying the officer instantly? Because the officer drafted a letter for you. If you have signed that, you would have consented to written the two earlier letters. To me, I'm not a lawyer, but probably he's trying to implicate you from back door. Thank God you did not sign. But can you tell what was in your mind that you did not sign? And are you not supposed to take any action? Somebody trying to impersonate you or to incriminate you? The last question to you is on your final submission of the addendum, I'm talking about the addendum today. You did mention to say that going forward, that is after, I believe, at the 5th of October, you said it's a work of progress. You now